All right, everybody, welcome back. And first off, I want to start off by saying if you clicked on the video because of the thumbnail, then thank you. But no, something that I'd like to do is right here. It's kind of the buffs that Shyvana got. You can pause it and read it if you like. But one thing that I like to do is just for my thumbnails is I like to use the skins of the characters that I will be playing in my thumbnail. So I was looking for photos of the ruined Shyvana skin, exactly this skin that I'm using in the game. And when I saw that photo, I was like, damn. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually like, yo, okay, this might be a very nice photo to use for the thumbnail. But I had a couple in rotation that I tried, and I was like, you know what, this one could work, man. This one could work. So if you clicked on the video because of the thumbnail, thank you. And I really hope you do enjoy my commentary and gameplay right here. So now let's talk about the two massive buffs. The two massive buffs that Shyvana got in the latest patch. All right, so the first one, of course, in the beginning of the video, it was just they increased the damage of her second ability, and then the next one, of course, was to her ultimate. And honestly, I think the buffs really just made Shyvana a much more solid right now in the jungle. So as we all know, is Shyvana, she definitely is a very hard scaling champion. You got to play her very into the mid to late game. That's kind of when she becomes very strong and very reliant on her ultimate. So just the buffs that they gave her really helped out. I would say really helped her out in the early game. Her jungle clear in the early game. She already had a fast clear, but I think in general of just making her a bit more of a champion outside of just her ultimate, it really helped out. And this Thresh actually played very well. I remember when he made that play, I actually said, I was like, man, this Thresh is a maniac. But this was actually a very competitive game as well. My Pantheon was actually feeding, and the enemy Yone jungle was actually feeding as well. So it was quite fair, right? The enemy team Yone was playing horrible, and my enemy Pantheon was playing super horrible as well. So this game, we picked up some of the Executioner's Calling quite early, mainly because the Darius was just feasting. He was like 4-0. He was just stomping the Pantheon. So at the end of the game, you'll kind of see the overall score, right, in the end. But man, yeah, absolutely been loving the buffs as of recently. I think it just helps make her a little bit stronger, a bit more solid right now in the jungle. And something of the build as well is I've seen multiple builds. I've seen many builds. It's like Triforce into Blade of, and look at this Pantheon right here. Man, this flash. I was watching him. I was like, oh my god, this dumbass Pantheon, man. Look at, he's 4-1 and my Pantheon is like 0-4. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, these champions. But as I said, right, the Yone was playing horrible, and my Pantheon was playing horrible as well. So it was even, right? It was a fair game. And right here, I really wanted to flash ultimate, but I just didn't want to waste my flash. But overall, I think it would have worked out and been worth it if I did flash and secure the kill on the Darius right there. But back to what I was saying is about the build, as I end up wasting my flash anyway right here, is I've seen multiple builds. Like they build Blade of the Rune King, Death Dance, some even build, what is that, Solari Charge Blade in the Shyvana. I've seen multiple builds, but I think overall with Shyvana is just the Wit's End into Death Dance and then some like tank items is just overall the best build. Because with the Wit's End, you do get some attack damage as well, ability power, right? And then you combine that with your second ability. It's just really nice. I think overall, very solid build. Like Triforce, Wit's End, and then from there, like if you're doing really well, you could build Death Dance, Sterox Gauge into Twin Guard, whatever you would like or whatever you need according to the game. But I feel like the very standard build is probably the best Shyvana build. As right now, the game is quite competitive. We're 3-1, and the overall score is 11-11. As right now, we jump cut, and we're losing by 2 kills. As right here, we did a little bit of farming. Just, you want to try your best to have the ultimate ready for any team fights. And like I said, this Yone was absolutely just stupid, just feeding. And Ziggs just picks up a super easy kill right there. Like, okay, we'll do Baron then. So it was quite even. You know, our Pantheon was useless and the enemy jungle was useless as well. Sadly, if it's the enemy, if it's your jungle and you're doing really bad, the chances of you winning the game are going to be very low, because, you know, as you can see, like, right, the Yone sucked. We were able just to get multiple objectives into the late game. And right now, here is where Shyvana becomes a super strong champion. You know, I have multiple, I have Wit's End, I have Triforce, and right now I'm about to get finished my Twin Guard. Then once you get the Twin Guard, from there you're pretty much unkillable. You know, you can build into, I believe I built this game, I actually forgot, but it might have been the Force of Nature, or it could have been the Spirit Visage. As right here, I kind of played it very poorly. I just wanted to wait around and try to secure the turret. Well, one build that I actually really want to try is the Sunfire build. So Sunfire build, I used to build it back in like season 3 and 4 with Shyvana, and it's something I really want to do right now because they buffed her second ability. So we might be playing a little bit more of Shyvana as of late. As right here, we get a pretty nice ultimate onto 2 targets, the Yasuo and the Varus. Right now, we're just using our movement speed from a second ability as we secure a double kill on the Varus. So as you can see, early game is not much going on, but as soon as we get to the mid and late game with Shyvana, once you start scaling, that is when you become very hard to deal with. And right now, we're just unkillable. We got multiple items. We are super fed, as you can see, 7 and 2 as the Inferno Drake spawns. So we just rush over and we secure the Inferno Drake nice and easy right here. Another champion that also got buffed is Vi. I do have a Vi video coming out as well. So two of probably my favorite champions, or I wouldn't say favorite, but 2 of my early game champions that I started off in the jungle with. So when I started playing the jungle, I actually played Shyvana and Vi very early on. These were the 2 champions that I played a lot of very early on in the season, like season 3 and 4 when I started off in the jungle. So it's very nice to see that they're finally getting some buffs, and hopefully they don't nerf them, because the buffs that they received weren't massive. Like, it's not game breaking, and it doesn't make them any stronger than they already are. You know, Vi has always been solid. I think it just gives her a little bit of a boost. And then also with the Shyvana buffs, you know, it's like Shyvana has always been a very reliant on scaling, hard scaling champion into late game. And all it really does is just, you know, help them out a little bit and make them a bit more useful in a game. So now if you lock them in, you know you'll have solid games. As right now, we did pick up a kill on the Yone again, as you can see. So we're just rushing the Baron and looking to end right now, as Darius does try to make a hard engage on us. But at this point, you know, Shyvana, super late game, we have Wanderers, we have Twin Guard, we're pretty much unkillable right now. And as you can see, there's nothing that the enemy team can do that can stop us. We have Baron Nashor as well, so we managed to pick up, the Kai'Sa manages to pick up a triple kill, nice and easy, and we have super minions pushing in, and we managed to end the game. So Shyvana buffs, absolutely brilliant. I love it. 2 massive buffs. And Yone right here, I mean, he just probably had a personal vendetta against us, just really wanted to kill. But we do manage to end the game as the Yone does pick up the shutdown, but it really doesn't matter. These deaths at like the late game really don't matter at all. Yeah, but buff Shyvana, absolutely beautiful. I really hope these buffs stay, because it would be nice just to be able to play these champions, have these champions in rotation, you know, that you could play a little bit more often. As the Kai'Sa picks up the MVP, we are climbing little by little now. We're finding some solid lobbies right now, as we did tank, as you can see, the damage overall, Kraken Slayer and Brutal, and then Giant Slayer along with the 2 Tenacity runes. But buff Shyvana, I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.